Have you ever walked through a Dollar Tree and thought there's no way I could make this look expensive? Well, stick around, because today I'm sharing 5 brand new Dollar Tree wall decor DIYs that genuinely look like they came straight from a high-end home decor store. And I'm not exaggerating. If you're looking for elegant, budget-friendly home decor ideas that look store-bought, you're in the right place. These 5 new Dollar Tree wall decor DIY designer dupes I am about to share with you are pretty easy to make. For my new viewers, my name is Nora G, and welcome to my Nook. This is your sign that your space doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to feel like you. So let's get started. For our very first DIY, we are creating a massive designer-inspired floor mirror using one of Dollar Tree's most popular items, these rectangular mirrors. I picked up 21 mirrors in total. Well, to begin, I arranged all 21 mirrors into a large rectangular grid, with 3 mirrors across and 7 mirrors down. Before attaching anything, I always recommend taking a few minutes to make sure every mirror is perfectly aligned, because that little bit of patience makes the finished piece look more expensive. Once I was happy with the layout, I carefully flipped everything over while keeping the mirrors in place. Now it's time to turn all of these individual mirrors into one solid piece. For this project, I'm using Gorilla Glue and applying it anywhere 2 mirrors meet. I worked my way across every grid line until all the mirrors were securely connected. To make this mirror much stronger, I grabbed these inexpensive wooden strips from Home Depot and glued them across strategic sections on the back. I also added several Dollar Tree coffee stirrers in between to reinforce some of the smaller joints. Even though no one will ever see the back, this hidden support makes a huge difference in how sturdy and durable the finished mirror feels. I then added even more of the larger wooden strips across the frame because I wanted this to be something I could confidently lean against the wall without worrying about it flexing. Since I wanted to keep this project as close to Dollar Tree as possible, I picked up 3 black foam boards, and that is 20 by 30 inch foam boards, and attached them over the entire back of the mirror. This creates one continuous backing that locks everything together while also protecting the mirrors. Now, if you're planning to permanently mount yours on the wall, or you simply want an even stronger build, you could absolutely replace the foam board with thin plywood or hardboard from your local hardware store. The next day came the fun part. I carefully flipped the mirror over, peeled away any glued strings, and gave every panel a thorough cleaning with glass cleaner. And just look at that transformation, guys. It's honestly hard to believe this started with Dollar Tree mirrors. What I love most is how this oversized mirror instantly makes a room feel brighter, larger, and so much more luxurious because it reflects both natural light and the surrounding decor. For styling, I decided to lean mine against the wall beside a large faux olive tree in my living room, and I absolutely love how it creates the high-end designer look you normally see in model homes or luxury furniture stores. Sometimes the simplest projects do make the biggest impact, and I think this one proves exactly that. Now for our next DIY, we are creating one of my absolute favorite projects in today's video. To make it, I picked up 7 picture frames from Dollar Tree. 2 4x4s, 2 4x6, 2 5x7, and 1 8x10 inches. The first thing I did was remove everything from the frames, including the glass, backing, and inserts. You can definitely save these inserts for another DIY, but for this project, we only need the frame itself, just like one of the projects from last week's DIYs, for those of you who watched last week's video. Once all of the frames were empty, I started experimenting with different arrangements until I found one that really stood out for me. I wanted something that felt modern, balanced, and a little unexpected. For the bottom layer, I placed one of the 4x6 frames first, followed by both 5x7 frames side by side, and then finished with the second 4x6 frame, making sure to leave about a 2-inch gap between each one. This is very similar to a wall art I had actually seen on Pinterest, so somehow this is Pinterest inspired. I just wish I could find the image to attach that on screen. That spacing is what gives this design room to breathe and creates that upscale gallery style look. Next came the second layer. I placed one of the 4x4 frames so it slightly overlapped the first 4x6 and the first 5x7. Then I centered the larger 8x10 frame so it intersected both 5x7 frames, creating a strong focal point right in the middle. And finally, I positioned the remaining 4x4 frame so it overlapped the second 5x7 and the final 4x6, as you can see me do. I absolutely love layering pieces like this because it instantly adds depth and dimension instead of everything sitting flat on the wall. Once I was happy with the arrangement, I used Gorilla Glue to permanently attach the frames together anywhere they touched. Now this next detail is what really transforms the project. I had also picked up these 30-inch bamboo skewers from Dollar Tree. Who would have thought something like this inexpensive bamboos could end up looking like decorative metal rods? I laid out 5 skewers evenly across the center of the frame, making sure to alternate the pointed ends from left to right. That little detail creates movement and gives the finished piece a much more intentional designer-inspired appearance. After I was happy with the placement, I glued each skewer securely to the frame and allowed everything to dry completely. Once the glue had cured, it was time for my favorite part, painting. I gave the entire piece several light coats of semi-gloss black spray paint until everything looked like one cohesive design. Already it looked expensive, and you could leave it at that, but I wanted just a little extra contrast. So after the paint dried, I grabbed one of my favorite products, Rub and Buff Ingression Gold. This is from Amazon, and I'll have that linked in the description under my Amazon storefront. And I lightly highlighted only the tips of each bamboo skewer. It's such a subtle detail that it catches the light beautifully and adds just enough warmth without overpowering the design. Sometimes it is those tiny finishing touches that make a DIY look professionally made. And just like that, our modern geometric wall decor is finished. I honestly love how versatile this piece is. For one styling option, I displayed it horizontally above my sofa, where it instantly became the focal point of the entire living room. And because the design is so clean and timeless, it works with modern, contemporary, minimalist, industrial, organic, modern, and even transitional home decor styles. That is what I love most about projects like this. They are made from inexpensive materials, but they don't look inexpensive. Instead, they become custom statement pieces that make your home feel thoughtfully designed without spending designer prices. I honestly think this is one of those DIYs that gets to stop and ask where you bought it. For our next DIY, we are creating a beautiful set of minimalist wall decor that proves you don't need a lot of supplies or a big budget to make something that looks custom made. Sometimes the simplest projects end up being the most elegant, and I absolutely love how warm and high-end these turned out. To make this set, I picked up 2 of these decorative round wooden cutouts along with 2 unfinished wooden frames in 2 different finishes from Dollar Tree. I immediately knew these pieces would work beautifully together because they already had that natural wood look that is so popular in today's organic modern home decor. The goal for this project was to create a matching pair with just enough contrast to make each piece feel unique while still looking like they belonged together. The first thing I did was stain one of the decorative round cutouts using black chalk paint. You could also use black acrylic paint from Dollar Tree. Instead of applying the paint with a brush, I dabbed a little onto a paper towel and gently worked it into the wood. I actually liked using this method because it gives me much more control over the finish and allows some of the natural wood grain to still peek through. If the paint starts looking too heavy, don't worry. I simply used a damp sponge to soften everything and blend it out until I achieved a rich stained wood appearance rather than a solid painted finish. My goal here was to closely match the darker frame so everything looked intentional and professionally finished. Once both decorative pieces were ready, I applied wood glue to the back of each one. I like letting the glue become just slightly tacky before attaching anything because it grabs much faster and helps prevent pieces from sliding around while you're positioning them. Next, I centered the unpainted decorative frame inside the rectangular frame that had the darker wood background with a lighter natural wood bottom. Then I took my newly stained decorative frame and attached it inside the opposite frame with a lighter wood background and darker outer border. I absolutely love this little design detail because instead of creating two identical pieces, we now have a coordinated pair with the colors beautifully reversed. It is subtle, but it creates visual interest and makes the set feel much more high-end. If you wanted to take the design a step further, you could absolutely add one of Dollar Tree's small round mirrors right in the center of each decorative cutout. That would create an entirely different look and give this even more dimension. But honestly, I loved the warmth of the natural wood so much that I decided to leave them exactly as they are. Well guys, before we do carry on, the word of the day today is statement. In home decor, a statement piece is one that instantly captures attention and anchors an entire room. And every DIY in today's video is designed to be a statement piece, without a designer price tag, of course. So please do comment statement down below and let's chat. For our fourth DIY, we are taking some of Dollar Tree's simplest wooden pieces and transforming them into a dramatic piece of wall decor that honestly looks like it belongs in a luxury furniture showroom. I absolutely love projects like this because they show that sometimes it is not about expensive materials. It is all about how you arrange them, okay? To make this project, I picked up 5 of these wooden wall shelves from Dollar Tree. The first thing I did was remove everything from the packaging, including the hanging cord and metal ring. Don't throw these away though. I always save pieces like this because they're perfect for future DIY projects. For today's project, however, we won't be using them just yet. Next, I began laying out the wooden panels in a staggered zigzag pattern. I started with the first panel positioned lower, then placed the second one beginning about halfway up the first one. I continued repeating this pattern until all 5 shelves created this beautiful cascading design. Once I was happy with the arrangement, I used wood glue to attach each panel anywhere they overlapped. Since this piece is fairly large, I wanted to make sure it would be nice and sturdy. So to reinforce everything, I grabbed some of Dollar Tree's tumbling tower blocks and attached them to the back anywhere 2 panels meet. I actually used both wood glue and hot glue here. The wood glue provides long-term strength, while the hot glue acts like little clamps, holding everything in place while the wood glue cures. It is a trick I use all the time when building larger projects. Before everything dried completely, I also attached a hanging cord to the back of one end, so this piece will be ready to hang once I'm done. After allowing the entire structure to dry thoroughly, it was time for my favorite part, the transformation. I took the entire piece outside and gave it several light coats of semi-gloss black spray paint. You could use any other color of your choosing, but of course I'm using black because that's what I have at hand and that is what fits my home decor style at the moment. While that was drying, I also grabbed these decorative colored stickers from Dollar Tree. Remember this from last week? Well, this is another type. So I will be spray painting these gold because I want some little metallic accents that will tie everything together later on. Once all the paint had cured, I used this gorgeous metallic gold tape from Amazon to add 2 clean lines across every single panel. I placed one strip near the top and another near the bottom, leaving a little breathing room around each edge. Not only does this create a designer-inspired look, but it also cleverly covers the original holes that were left behind from the shelf hardware. Little details like this make such a big difference in the final result. To finish everything off, I attached my gold decorative accents throughout the piece. I intentionally scattered them rather than placing them symmetrically because I wanted the design to feel organic and collected instead of overly perfect. Of course, this is where you can really personalize your project. You could leave the panels clean and minimalist, add geometric embellishments. You could also use botanical accents like I did, or even incorporate mirrors for a completely different aesthetic. And just like that, our luxury-inspired wall decor is finished. One of my favorite things about this project is how expensive it looks while still being incredibly affordable to make. It is bold, it is elegant, and it is completely customizable. And that is exactly the kind of transformation I love creating with Dollar Tree DIYs. So please do tell me in the comments, would you hang this horizontally or vertically? I'd like to know. Now for our final DIY, I wanted to end this video with something that's elegant, modern, and surprisingly simple to recreate. This project proves that sometimes the most beautiful designer-inspired pieces come from the easiest materials. To make it, I picked up 3 of these 4x4 gold and ivory frames from Dollar Tree, along with 5 of these square mirrors. I started by removing all of the inserts from the frames because we will be replacing them with mirrors instead. I applied hot glue around the edge of each frame on the back side before placing 1 mirror into each opening. Now, although I used hot glue here for the initial placement, I would definitely recommend using Gorilla Glue or any other heavy-duty adhesive if you're recreating this yourself. That will give you a much stronger, long-lasting bond, especially if you're planning on hanging this on a wall. Once those were secured, I flipped everything over to begin assembling the design. I positioned each frame so that one corner overlapped the next, creating one long, elegant vertical arrangement. I absolutely love this layout because it instantly creates movement and makes the entire piece feel much more custom than simply hanging 3 frames separately. After I was happy with the spacing, I used Gorilla Glue anywhere the frames touched. To make everything even sturdier, I reinforced the joints using Dollar Tree tumbling blocks. I attached them using both Gorilla Glue and hot glue, which gives you the best of both worlds. The hot glue keeps everything from shifting, while the Gorilla Glue cures into a much stronger permanent bond. Before everything dried completely, I also attached a hanging cord to the back so the piece would be ready to install once finished. After allowing the frame to cure, I flipped everything back over for the final detail. I then took my remaining 2 square mirrors and positioned them directly over the intersections where the frames overlap. These floating mirrors become the focal point of the entire design and instantly elevates the overall look. Again, I secured them using Gorilla Glue along with a little hot glue to hold them in place while drying. And just like that, our wall decor is finished. What I love most about this design is that it looks incredibly sophisticated while still feeling clean and minimal. The mirrors catch the light beautifully throughout the day, creating subtle reflections that make the entire room feel brighter and more open. For styling, I actually found that this piece looks even more striking when displayed as a pair or a trio. Because of its slim vertical profile, it is perfect for filling those narrow wall spaces that can sometimes be difficult to decorate. And that is it for today's 5 brand new Dollar Tree wall decor DIYs. I hope this video inspired you to create something beautiful without breaking the bank. Also, please let me know down in the comments which DIY was your favorite. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, comment, share, hype, and subscribe if you're new here. In the meantime, always remember, your space doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to feel like you. And until next time, stay creative, stay inspired, and keep making your home beautiful on a budget.